Good morning from the big 1400 WVWB. It is 33 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee. With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The bloodletting on Wall Street may not be over just yet. Based on stock futures, the market could bleed more red ink later today. Yesterday was a brutal day on the street, but not totally unexpected.
Last week, the Dow Jones Industrials lost 1,100 points. When trading resumed, the blue chip index matched that decline in a day, falling 1,175, more than 4.5%, putting the Dow back where it was when it started the year.
Yeah, when you have unidirectional trading that we've seen, this is what happens.
Matt Cheslock trades at Virtu Financial, noting stock prices have been on a steady climb without a 10% drop. Wall Street calls them corrections. In almost 2 years, rising interest rates are an issue, making bond yields more competitive with stocks than they have been for a long time. Warren Levinson, New York.
The House Intelligence Committee votes unanimously to release a Democrat memo rebutting allegations of anti-Trump bias contained in a recently released GOP memo.
Sending the measure to the White House to decide. Before the vote, a presidential spokesman had said the decision to declassify would be handled the same as the Nunes memo last week. The 10-page memo, authored by committee Democrats, is intended to rebut the GOP memo that alleges surveillance abuses at the FBI.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Also at SRNnews.com, investigators may be closer to the answers they seek regarding last weekend's deadly South Carolina Amtrak crash.
The event data recorder from the Amtrak locomotive was recovered, and it was undamaged, and it has been successfully downloaded.
National Transportation Safety Board Chairman Robert Zumwalt. Looking at the Wall Street futures now, Dow futures down 247 points, off about 1%. NASDAQ futures 37 points lower, and S&P futures down 14. This is SRN News. Pro-life advocates will not give up on an abortion bill.
Southern Baptist leader Dr. Albert Mohler is disappointed that the Senate failed to pass the measure, which would have barred abortions after 20 weeks of pregnancy. But he points out it took several years for Congress to finally ban partial birth abortions, and he says pro-lifers will just keep bringing the measure back. Family Research Council President Tony Perkins adds, quote, "The American people will not forget the extreme position taken by Democrats to block this legislation." Michael Harrington, SRN News.
A battle is brewing in Georgia over adoption. The Georgia House has unanimously passed a sweeping revamp of the adoption code, but it does not include a religious exemption for Christian adoption agencies that do not want to place children with homosexuals. In the Georgia Senate, Republicans have introduced a measure that would add religious exemption language to the adoption code. While there appears to be rank-and-file support for the Senate bill, Governor Nathan Deal and House Speaker David Ralston both criticized similar legislation last year. This is SRN News. The Super Bowl ratings are in, and while the game was a winner, the ratings were not.
There are signs the Super Bowl is no longer the vehicle to attract a super audience. Nielsen reports 103.4 million people watched the game on Sunday. That represents a 7% drop from last year. Sunday's game is also the lowest Super Bowl audience on TV since 2009, despite it being a close one, which resulted in an upset win by the Philadelphia Eagles over the New England Patriots. The all-time largest audience, 2015, when 114.4 million people watched the Patriots take on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
Vice President Pence not ruling out the possibility of a meeting with North Korean officials at the upcoming Olympic Games in South Korea. Watching Wall Street, Dow futures down now 217. More details at srnnews.com.
You have big plans. Pregnancy might not be part of them. You owe it to yourself to understand your options and make a decision you'll be confident with. Hope Pregnancy Center offers complimentary pregnancy tests, prenatal ultrasound scans, and options information in a non-judgmental setting. Call today for your consultation. Our number is 931-645-2273 or find us on the web at hopepregnancy.net.
The Big 1400 WVWB. Good morning, Clarksville area weather. Cloudy, a chance of showers this afternoon, only up to 43 for an expected high. Tonight, now heavy rain with maybe even a thunderstorm. There could be flooding in some areas. Overnight low of 33. A couple of showers to start the day on Wednesday. Otherwise, cloudy and chilly. Only 37 for an expected high. So with that temperature, we could see a few snow flurries on Wednesday. Currently, we're at 33 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county looking fairly good for 7 a.m. this morning. It's not bad around the city or the county at the moment. It is slow in a couple of spots, 48 and 13. If you're coming into the city from the county, very busy, especially out by Montgomery Central. 41A Fort Campbell looking good. 79 Woodlawn looking good. Trenton Road, Tylertown Road, the 101st Parkway, all looking fairly good this morning. I do see stop traffic on Rossview Road that is causing quite the traffic jam this morning. It may be a broken down car, not sure, but I don't see any accidents right at the moment. 41A out in Sango looking good, and the MLK 76 connector, if you're headed out to the interstate that way, looking good as well, just slow out by the connector. Now, if you are headed to Nashville this morning, well, 24 does look good all the way into Nashville. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Well, good morning. As we keep watching on traffic, it's bumper to bumper now, right on schedule. 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane, 24 up through the Hickory Hollow area. There's just been a crash at Hermitage, 3800 block of Bonnet Creek Drive. 440 eastbound near Murphy Road. We'll take a look at that area on a reported accident. Church Street near YMCA Way. That's right in the intersection. If you're looking for the best bargains, it's easy. Just check out GimmeA5.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning on WVWB 1400 AM. It is 7:09. It is Tuesday, and it's time now for the Tuesday morning edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. So glad to be here this morning on the Big 1400 as we start another edition of Good Morning Clarksville. It happens to be February the 6th, Tuesday. Hey, did you know that Mardi Gras is a week away?
Are we going?
We're going to get some beads.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
I think we should do a live broadcast.
That's what I was saying. Are we going to get to go? We can do a remote.
Well, we can look in the budget and see. You know.
You better get Miss Nancy from Romper Room to look in her magic mirror.
Oh, okay. The Big 1400. Good morning, Clarksville.
Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerios. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you everything is fine? Everything here is just fine. In my mind. Excuse me if I say my heart has found its wings. Searching high and low, and now at last I know.
1400 WVWB, Tuesday, the 6th day of February. It is Tuesday with the mayor. Mayor Kim McMillan will be here, or a representative of Mayor McMillan's office will be here during the 8 o'clock hour.
So we have company calling today.
We got company calling. Got a Sportsnet update coming your way at 7:20 this morning with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Musically, John's got some Al Green lined up, as well as Aretha Franklin and Tommy James and the Shondells on the way. But first, they say it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Hey. Charlie Heaton is 24. He's Jonathan Byers on Stranger Things. Have you watched that? That seems to be pretty popular.
Yeah, no, I have not.
You have not? Dominic Sherwood is 28. He's Chase on Shadowhunters. Dane DeHaan is 32. Metallica's heroic roadie in Metallica Through the Never. He's also Andrew in the sci-fi flick The Chronicle. And he was Harry Osborn in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Have you seen any of the franchise Spider-Man movies?
Not in a long time. No.
Okay. Well, you haven't seen any recently then.
No, I have not.
Crystal Reed is 33. She's Sophia Falcone on Gotham. Before that, she was on MTV as Allison Argent on MTV's Teen Wolf. Rick Astley.
Who's he?
Rick Astley.
Well, the real Rick. Oh, he didn't. I don't see him.
Without him, there would be no Rick rolling. The fad where you send someone a bogus internet link and then tell them it's something really cool, but it really takes them to Rick's Never Gonna Give You Up. He's 52. Axl Rose, 56. Yo, Kathy and Jimmy is 61. She's Wendy Keegan on Beat. She was also in Hocus Pocus. Fabian,
he is 76.
75.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah, he was, man, from the 50s and 60s, boy. Tom Brokaw is 78. Mike Farrell. A lot of you say, who is Mike Farrell? Those of us who remember the original MASH.
Yes.
Remember he was Captain B.J. Honeycutt.
That's right.
On MASH. He's 79. Ooh. Rip Torn is 87. Remember he was Agent Zed in Men in Black?
Oh, he played in a lot of different roles.
Yeah, he's been in
he was a prolific character actor.
He was. Yeah. I guess he's right. And on this day in 2015, we lost Natalie Cole. She was born on this day in 1950, I should say.
Yeah.
Bob Marley was born on this day in 1945. We lost him in 1981.
Yeah.
And Babe Ruth, the Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT. He was born on this day in 1895. We lost him in 1948. We said 1 week until Mardi Gras, 8 days until Valentine's Day, 10 days until the Year of the Dog, and 38 days till Tomb Raider.
Should we call Mr. P and see if he's going to send us out for a remote? And...
MP Media?
Yeah.
See if we could get it in the budget.
Yeah, maybe
that we go
fly us out,
fly
us there and put us up and
Big
let
Crescent. We'll bring him back, some beignets and, we'll fix
wouldn't that be nice? Give us a budget of about,
bees.
I don't know, a few $1,000.
How much bees cost?
I don't know. But they could give us a few thousand the budget, kind of limited.
Yeah, and we could go down there and make arrangements with a bonding company.
You think I would need one?
We might both need one. But Mardi Gras, it's a big time of the year, and I know they're getting ready for it in New Orleans. I have some friends.
There's a lot of people going, woo! Lightly, I kind of woo lightly.
There is, you don't want to. The Big 1400, WVWB, Chuck and John. It is the Tuesday edition of Good Morning, Clarksville. Hope your day is going well. Thanks for listening, Clarksville.
Sometimes you twist, always insist that you know a way. Should I let go now? Would I even know how to anyway? And all that matters is turned around. trying so hard to hold on to you. Can you show me how? If I seem cautious, maybe I'm lost. Can you show me now? And all that matters turns around over and over again. We're at full circle. It comes down to now and then. See the lake, let it all show. See the lake, it's alright. See the lake, you lead, I'll follow. See the lake tonight. In on the making, yours for the taking, shaking me down. You see what we've got, you know what it's not that turns you upside down. And all that matters turns around over and over again. We're at full circle. It comes down to now and then. See the lake, let it all show. See the lake, don't say you don't know. See the lake, you lead, I'll follow. See the lake, oh, oh. Stay the night. Come on, stay the night. Stay the night. Yeah, stay the night. Let it all show. Stay the night. Stay the night. Stay the night. Don't say you don't know. Stay the night, it's alright. Just stay the night, stay the night. Let it all show. Stay the night, stay tonight. Stay the night.
The Vic 1400 WVWB 722, 33 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Expecting a high maybe a 43 rain in the forecast this evening and tonight and tomorrow morning. Overnight low of 33. The rain should be heavier later this evening, and then into Wednesday morning we have a couple of showers. And it's going to be chilly tomorrow, so you might see a wintry mix at some time tomorrow morning of the rain. It's just a matter of timing. Expect a high on Wednesday of 37. Right now we're at 33 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Time now for Back in the Day. 83 years ago in 1935, Monopoly went on sale for the first time. Over 6 billion little greenhouses have been constructed since Monopoly was introduced. The longest Monopoly game recorded was
3 years and 49 minutes.
1,680 hours long. That's 70 straight days. Yeah, you know, Monopoly can get, unless you start cheating, it can get long.
Yeah, no, that's why you have to start cheating.
Yeah, that way
we
you get
got
it
to
over
end
with.
this game.
I won. I got all the money. I got all the hotels.
Wait a minute, look over. Go,
No.
look what's on TV right at the
Them
moment.
little green ones don't count. I got these these big hotels.
Look, it says, go past jail.
Yep. 47 years ago, in 1971, for some reason, astronaut Alan Shepard hit the first golf ball on the moon. He used a 6-iron, and the ball flew about 300 yards, not miles and miles. Okay. 25 years ago, in 1963, we lost tennis legend Arthur Ashe. He died of complications from AIDS at 49. He had received a tainted blood transfusion. Arthur Ashe was the first African-American to win Wimbledon and a class act.
Yes.
And 13 years ago, At Super Bowl 39 in 2005, the New England Patriots defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 24-21 to win their third Super Bowl in 4 years. Of course, the Eagles got a little revenge this past Sunday at Super Bowl 52. We'll
Took them
talk
a couple
little more
of years,
about
though,
it.
didn't it?
Yeah, it took a little while to work their way back up.
Took a while to get to that point.
Yep. We still can't say anything about an Eagles dynasty. You know, Patriots still.
No.
You know, they got it. But anyway, 724, Big 1400, Chuck and John, thank you for being here on this Tuesday. Time now for a Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy.
This Sports Now Update is presented by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy. Now enrolling students in pre-K through 3rd grade online at powerandgraceacademy.com.
The television ratings are officially in for Super Bowl 52, and it goes down as the least watched world title game since 2006 in the greater Nashville area. According to programming and research analysis done by WTVF Channel 5's Mark Benda, the Philadelphia Eagles' 41-33 upset win over the New England Patriots Sunday night garnered just over 450,000 viewers in the heart of Middle Tennessee, coming in at 12% lower than last year's local Super Bowl viewership number, and continuing a seasons-long trend of growing disinterest in the National Football League. Now to college basketball, where the Austin Peay State University Governors' success on their home floor seems to be piquing local interest. The Ohio Valley Conference released league-wide attendance numbers this morning, and the Governors, having lost only 2 of their 13 home games, are drawing the second-largest average crowd in the OVC at just over 3,100 fans per game. That number puts the Govs just behind rival Murray State, whose home attendance average is 3,300. Fortunately for fans looking to jump on the Austin Peay basketball bandwagon, there are 3 home dates left: February 15th against Tennessee Tech, February 17th versus Jacksonville State, and February the 24th against the Racers of Murray State. And lastly today, we take you to the National Hockey League, where last night our Nashville Predators kept us all on the edge of our seats. The Preds trailed 4-3 late in the 3rd period on the road against the New York Islanders before star center Ryan Johansson netted a game-tying goal with only 42 seconds remaining in regulation. Nashville went on to win the game 5-4 in overtime, courtesy of a game-winning goal scored by team captain Roman Josi. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
With a Christ-centered curriculum and a high expectation for academic mastery, Power and Grace Preparatory Academy has set the gold standard for elementary learning. Certified by the Tennessee Department of Education, they've extended their offerings to include music, art, and Spanish. Additionally, students will be participating in STEAM Fridays, emphasizing science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Before and after care is available, spanning from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., and enrollment is open for children in pre-K through the 3rd grade. For more info, visit powerandgraceacademy.com or call 931-320-9862.
Let me
1400 WVWB with Marvin Gaye, Clarksville's Good Time Oldies, back to back. On this Tuesday, the 6th of February, 33 degrees right now in downtown Clarksville. Expect a high maybe, potentially, could be near 40 degrees, 43 or so. Is that okay?
Yeah. I'll
okay.
take that.
But right
it's
now.
It's not exactly what I want, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do.
And we know that there's a chance of rain this afternoon and tonight into Wednesday morning. Some of it could be heavy at times. Overnight low of 33. Tomorrow only up to around 37 for an expected high. So it's going to be chilly and could have a wintry mix. It just depends on the timing of the rain and the temperatures when it gets here. So. But right now we're at 33 degrees, and we've got Bob Kessling with the Vol Network Notebook coming your way at 7:50 this morning, brought to you by Copies in a Flash on the Big 1400. Okay, we're 2 days after the Super Bowl, so I'm not going to say anything else about the Super Bowl after I tell you that the city of Philadelphia is going to host a Super Bowl championship parade on Thursday, and Philadelphia schools will be closed to give students, quote, the chance to witness history.
They're going to be closed?
Yeah, schools are going to be closed in Philadelphia.
And I saw somewhere everybody at somewhere gets a free beer.
Ooh. A free daddy soda.
I'm not driving all the way.
No, you don't need. You don't need
to get one. Probably be some kind of 29-cent. Right.
You could drive if you're going to drive anywhere. You need to be driving to New Orleans for the Mardi Gras. Get ready. Get your hotel room. Get set up. Get your beads ready.
That's right.
That's right. At the Mardi Gras.
That's
the Big 14. You know, I was reading, and we talked about everybody doing on their last tour, their farewell. Well, Paul Simon made it official yesterday. He's the latest musician of a certain age to retire from the road. He announced that he's kicking off Homeward Bound, the farewell tour on May 16th in Vancouver. He says that he loves making music and his voice is still strong, but he added, quote, I feel the travel and time away from my wife and family takes a toll that detracts from the joy of playing. He also said the recent death of his longtime guitarist was a factor. He plans to perform now and then in some smaller venues and donate the money to charity, which is pretty cool.
I've heard different stories, like, in the last few years of him out on tour, that some people say he was just uninterested in being out there.
I could see that. We saw Paul Simon with Lady Smith, Black Mambazo.
Yeah.
During his when he was doing it, and he was very entertaining.
Yeah.
A lot, he's very creative and he's very, very, very talented. So anyway,
I guess it just depends on what kind of mood he's in.
Yeah, maybe he's coming to a venue near you.
He's coming to Nashville.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Cool. All right.
I think tickets are like $165.
Maybe I won't. Anyway, we need to take a break. This is the Big 1400.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
Investments, insurance, retirement planning. Do you have questions? Do you want someone to give you straight and honest answers? Are you not sure who to talk to? Call Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors and work with someone local right down the street. Mike Biggs with AXA Advisors has been in the business of relationships here in Clarksville for over 30 years, helping you find the answers to the questions, making sense of the confusion, and coming up with strategies to help you with the many choices and decisions that have to be made when it comes to planning for the future and planning for the here and now. Mike has a 30-year track record of trusted service to his clients and to the community, and is a steady hand to turn to in these uncertain times. Give Mike a call today at his office at 931-245-5480 or on his cell at 931-320-1560, and let him help you with retirement today or planning for retirement for the tomorrows. Mike Biggs offers securities to AXA Advisors LLC NYNY 212-314-4600, member FINRA SIPC, and offers insurance and annuity products to AXA Network LLC.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee? Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee, the Wyatt Johnson Automotive family in Clarksville.
The year is 2018. And in the state of Tennessee, citizens have found a new instant game that delivers incredible amounts of fun.
Wow, loaded with $100 prizes.
Exclusive, exciting, here for a limited time only, and starring your best odds ever to win $100 or more.
This game is awesome.
This February, get ready for one of the biggest blockbusters ever with the limited edition instant game. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Honey, I wanted to make this Valentine's Day memorable.
Aww.
Lobster, smooth jazz, jumbo bucks, and chocolate-covered strawberries.
Wait, what?
Strawberries?
No, before that.
My smooth jazz playlist is called Let's Get Sexual.
No, after that.
Oh, jumbo bucks instant games from the Tennessee Lottery?
Yeah.
Well, you can't win 75 grand from jewelry.
I could win 75 grand?
If you're lucky.
Oh, baby.
Make this Valentine's Day one to remember with Valentine's Day Jumbo Bucks, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
Here's a special program note for viewers of WCKV-TV. As you may have heard, WCKV-TV, Clarksville's only broadcast TV station, has moved to Charter Channel 6. They're also looking into opportunities to do more local programming to serve you better, so please stay tuned to WCKV Charter Channel 6 for some changes. WCKV-TV will continue airing on CDE Lightband Channel 12 and over-the-air Channel 21.1. Channel 21 is a free service. WCKV-TV, engaging, inspiring, and uniting all of Montgomery County and beyond. Unique by design. WCKV-TV, Clarksville.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
The big 1400, WVWB. One other thing, I'm not going to mention any other Super Bowl news.
I thought you said that earlier.
Okay, this is the last one. Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowl wins, but he does seem to pout after losing, and Super Bowl 52 was no different. The internet is calling him out for not congratulating Nick Foles after the game. Foles later admitted that he hadn't heard from Brady. Weirdly, though, Tom Brady was seen congratulating other members of the Eagles, including rookie Derek Barnett, who raved about the interaction with the media. One person did have nice things to say about Foles. Brady's ex, Bridget Moynihan. Among other things, she tweeted, quote, "Nick Foles is having an amazing game."
Oh.
So anyway, that's the way she feels. The big 1400, where we have music that's going to lift you up and make you feel great. This is Al Green.
Now that you're here with me, I want to keep you free to do the things that you want to do. The joy in life is loving you, but now the day has come to let you know where I'm coming from. Yeah, the best of my years will go to you. It's the only thing that I can do. But these things don't come overnight. Loving you, baby, and I think I'm right. Let me say before I forget, loving you, baby, is where it's at. Yeah, you know, baby, look what you done for me. No, baby, you set my heart free. Yeah. Oh, what a feeling. Yeah. want to leave, and then I say it wouldn't make sense no anyway. But forgive me, baby, if I do wrong. I haven't been a true man for so long. But let me say before I forget, loving you, baby, you know where it's at, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look what you done for me. Oh, baby, you set my heart beat, yeah. Red in the water, everything that you order. You've been very good to me, and I got to say it. Oh, baby, look what you done for me. Yeah, you set my heart beat, yeah. No, girl, what you done for me. Feeling that's look what you done for me.
The Big 1400 WVWB, Chuck and John for this Tuesday, the 6th day of February. It is Tuesday with the mayor, so Mayor Kim McMillan or a representative of her staff will be here to join us during the 8 o'clock hour. We lost actor John Mahoney. He died Sunday.
I did see that.
Yeah, at his home in Chicago. A lot of you might not. He was Frasier's dad on the sitcom Frasier. He was 77 years old. He was also in 10 Men, 8 Man Out, Moonstruck, and Say Anything. He was a character actor.
Yes, he was.
And he was 77, so we lost him on Sunday.
Another one down.
And I'm not going to do this anymore, but I know.
What, Super Bowl more?
I got one more Super Bowl thing.
Oh, you said that like
I know.
5 times
I'm not going to do it
already.
anymore. This is the last Super Bowl.
Coming up after the 8 o'clock hour, 5 things you didn't know about the Super Bowl.
Only 6. But this one, Super Bowl ratings were down, as Justin told us in the Sports Now update. It was still the Super Bowl. It goes down as the 10th most watched Super Bowl in history. And I wonder what NBC is going to do, because I think they guarantee a certain amount of ratings. That's how they charge so much money, Well, if we don't get this many people to watch, we don't have the statistics. I don't know how that...
Can I get a refund?
You think about it, and other ratings news, This Is Us retained 27 million viewers, which made it the most watched post-Super Bowl program since 2012.
A lot of people watch that show. I don't understand it, but
Have you watched it?
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, well, why do you think you'd understand if you never watched it?
But I mean, I don't even know what the premise is.
The premise is that there are these 3 young people, 2 guys and a girl, and they're brothers and sisters. And their mother and father raised them, and it goes back and shows them growing up, and then it shows them in the present day. And it's a very unique dynamic. One of they had 2 children, a boy and a girl, and then they got adopted another son who's African American. So it's 2 white people, and the African American are the children, and the mother and father. And he got killed in an accident. He died, but it shows what he did to instill some fatherly advice and to be a good father. But it's very well written, and I'm not doing a very good.
You mean they showed him getting knocked off or whatever happened to him?
Well, what happened was there was a fire, and he went in and he got all of them out, and then he went back and got the dog, and then he went back and he had a little burn on his hand, and he went to the hospital, and they said, smoke inhalation. That's the only thing they were worried about. But he was sitting up talking and everything. His wife went to get something to eat, went to get a candy bar, and he had what they call a widowmaker heart attack. I mean, it was a massive heart attack because of the lungs having so much pressure on them because of the smoke, and that caused
Get the Kleenexes out.
But it's very well written, John.
Okay.
And I'm not doing a very good job of transcribing it verbally.
You're giving me an idea.
Yeah, but it's very well written, and it shows the family growing up that when they were teenagers, and they've got some issues. One of the
it's a single mom
No, she's married again.
Oh.
And she married her husband's best friend.
Oh.
But it's all on the up and up. After she, her husband
Had he
died.
been married?
I'm not sure.
I'm asking all the questions.
I don't think he had. I'm not sure.
Oh, he was single.
See, because my girls got me into it, so I have to catch up.
So this guy that married his best friend's wife, he wasn't married, think?
No, I don't think so. But and so the kids have grown up, and one of the girls, she's very insecure, and one of the boys, he was an actor. He is an actor, but he has a drinking problem, like his dad had a drinking problem. But his dad, beat the drinking problem and beat the addiction. And the other son, he's dealing with some issues of finding his own father and everything. But it's very well done. But anyway, it held on to some of the viewers after the Super Bowl. And of course, the Tide commercials were all over Super Bowl. Maybe they were trying to attempt to cut off that bad publicity from the Tide Pod Challenge. I don't know. But anyway, I'm done. I'm done with Super Bowl.
Yeah. After the 8 o'clock hour.
No, we're done. That was it. That was it.
Next year.
No, that's it. The Big 1400, WVWB with Chuck and John as we roll along. It's about 7:45 here on this Tuesday on the Big 1400. Aretha.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired, and when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind, and you're the key to my peace of mind, 'cause you made me feel. Like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, and if I make you happy, I don't need to do more, 'cause you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you've done to me. You make me feel so good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel like a natural woman.
The Big 1400, WVWB. It is Aretha Franklin. We're just ahead of the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling, brought to you by Copies in a Flash. We have a Clarksville Academy basketball game. It is tournament time, y'all, and the quarterfinal action today finds the girls taking on Donaldson Christian Academy. That's today, and I think airtime 5:50. Girls
be
game
correct, sir.
6:05. And then in the second game, the boys will play Hendersonville Christian, airtime approximately 7:30 here on the Big 1400 as the Cougars are in the tournament. And it is quarterfinal action right here on the Big 1400. Okay, did I tell you we had the Super Bowl Sunday?
thought we weren't talking about the Super Bowl anymore.
Okay, I got one more thing. One more thing, okay?
Okay.
I got one more thing.
All right.
The most viewed video on Facebook was the ad showing Eli Manning and Odell Beckham Jr. recreating a scene from Dirty Dancing. Social media also pointed out that Brady is 0-3 in Super Bowls that Eli appeared in, if you count the commercials. So that's it. I'm not going. Okay, we're done with the Super Bowl.
That's okay. If you want to bring up more later, you can.
No, I'm not going to bring up any more Super Bowl.
But you were the one that said.
I'm not going to do it anymore.
This is the last one I'm going to do.
This is the last. That's the last one. I'm not doing.
That was about 4 ago.
Oh. I'm not going to do anymore. You know, I'm good. John's good. Most people are good. Some people, most people are good. Yeah, yes, you are. You're good with the little spicy foods.
Yes.
But some foods don't really need to be spicy. You know, I was reading about an ice cream shop in Scotland, and they just created a special Valentine's Day flavor called Respiro del Diavolo, or Breath of the Devil. And it's so hot, John. It's so hot that you have to sign a waiver before you eat it.
And it's in ice cream? Why would you want to ruin good ice cream?
I don't know.
I mean, I like hot stuff, but I don't want it.
But there will be people who flock to it.
Oh, yeah.
They say that
I can eat that stuff.
Yeah. They say the ice cream is 500 times hotter than Tabasco sauce, and the waiver acknowledges that by eating it, you, quote, could be at risk of personal injury, illness, and possible loss of life. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Let's get some ice cream.
I'm done. Yeah, just get some of this breath of the devil. That's right.
Let's go out to eat, and then we'll go have some ice cream afterward.
Yes, sir.
You'll love it.
You're going to love it.
You will.
The Big 1400, WVWB, time now for the Vol Network Notebook on the Big 1400, brought to you by Copies in a Flash.
Tennessee goes for the season sweep over Kentucky. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. The 15th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers travel to Rupp Arena on Tuesday night to face 24th-ranked Kentucky. The Vols won the earlier matchup back on January 6th, 76-65. Tennessee looks for its first season sweep of Kentucky since 1999. Coach Rick Barnes said his squad is more concerned about running its current winning streak to 6.
It's our next game, and we're in February, and I think that we got to still win basketball games. You know, we got to go through the process we do, whether it's Kentucky or Ole Miss or Vanderbilt. We've just got to go through our process.
Kentucky is 13-1 at home this season, and Coach Barnes said it'll be a tough assignment Tuesday night.
They're long, and they've got some big guards, and you look at their numbers, they've struggled a little bit from the three-point line, but yet you've seen at nights when Kevin Knox goes for 30-some. Other guys that have shown they can make shots.
Tennessee looks to snap a 10-game losing streak at Rupp Arena. Tip-off time is 7 p.m. Tuesday from Lexington. Vol Network coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central Time. King, Ellis, Catchings, Parker, all legendary performers who provided plenty of memorable moments on the basketball court for Tennessee. There's another group of men and women who give an all-American effort too. The friendly, knowledgeable folks who work at your locally owned Farmers Co-op. With a lineup of quality products and services at their disposal, you can be confident that a visit to Co-op for your farm, home, and outdoor needs will be a slam-dunk experience every time. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. Wednesday is National Signing Day in college football. For the latest information on the Tennessee signees, stay with utsports.com. There will be football recruiting celebrations Wednesday night in Knoxville, Thursday in Memphis and Nashville. For information and tickets, go to allvols.com. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
Copies in a Flash is your one-stop copy design and print supercenter. If you're looking for letterheads, carbonless forms, envelopes, address labels, or anything to do with print, your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all in a flash. Stop in and see Copies in a Flash at 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville and see how they can help you on your next project. Copies in a Flash offers free delivery. Visit Copies in a Flash and see all of their offerings at copiesinaflash.com. That's copiesinaflash.com. Copies in a Flash is proud to support our community and say go Big Orange.
Memory.
We got it together, didn't we? We've definitely got our thing together, don't we, baby? Isn't that nice? I mean, really, when you really sit and think about it, isn't it really, really nice? I can easily feel myself slipping and slipping more and more waves in that super world of my own. Nobody but you and me. We've got it together, baby. Could have made two. You're all I'm living for. Your love I'll keep forevermore. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. In you, I found so many things. A love so new, only you could bring. Can't you see it's you? You make me feel this way. You're like a fresh morning dew on a brand new day. I see so many ways that I can love you till the day I die. You're my reality, yet I'm lost in a dream. You're the first, the last, my everything. I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. Girl, you're my reality, but I'm lost in a dream. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. You and me, baby. Just you and me. And you are the first. The big 1400, Barry White, Chuck and John on this Tuesday, the 6th day of February. Right now we're at 34 degrees, expecting a high of 43. Rain in our forecast for this afternoon, this evening, and tonight. Possibly heavy at times, so be aware of that. Overnight low of 33, tomorrow around 37 for an expected high, so it's going to be chilly and damp and wet and cold. I've got, the Super Bowl was played Sunday. What's wrong?
Nothing. More Super Bowl news.
Well,
It's Super Bowl news, ladies and gentlemen. The
Okay, I'm
Super
not going to
Bowl
do any more
continues
Super Bowl
on.
news. I'm not going to do it. This is the last Super Bowl.
Okay. Till the next hour.
No, I'm not
It's
going
the
to
last one for this hour.
No,
You
somebody.
can do some more.
The Puppy Bowl drew record ratings.
It did.
Yes.
What is the Puppy Bowl?
You know, where the dogs, the little puppies, they have the little puppies in.
No. I do not know of these things. Explain. Explain. Oh.
Well, you know, it's not like they play a game. It's like they're running on this field that looks like a football field, and you know, people watch this. You know how they like look cute puppies.
Just watch the little dogs run around.
Yeah, and
they all sit at home and go, oh look.
Yeah, and they get treats and everything. So I
love puppies.
Yeah.
Puppies.
But you decided to get a ferret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
can't have puppies.
okay, that was the last Super Bowl news. that the Puppy Bowl also had record ratings. Okay.
Okay.
Well, now you know.
I'm ready.
The Big 1400
I'll be ready next year.
WVWB. It's Tommy James and Moni.
Here she comes now, saying, "Morning, morning." Well, shoot 'em down, turn around, come on, morning. Hey, she gave me love and I feel all right now. Hey, you got me tossing and turning, feeling right, and I feel all right. I say,
The Big 1400 WVWB. It is 8:02. We're at 34 degrees in downtown Clarksville. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Ahead of this morning's opening bell, looks like Wall Street may be ready to add more red ink to yesterday's big losses. Futures are lower, Dow futures down more than 200 points. Vice President Pence insisting there's no reason to panic, saying the market's plunge
represents what is very likely simply the ebb and flow of our stock markets, and we recognize that. The most important numbers to focus on are the fundamentals. The fundamentals of this economy continue to be very strong.
CMC Markets analyst Michael Hewson says that global markets taking a cue from Wall Street.
That sell-off in the US that we saw on Friday carried over into Asia. It's carried on further into US markets on the Monday and resulted in the big sell-off that we saw yesterday evening and then carried over again into Asia early this morning.
The sell-off here at home fueled by fears that the Fed will hike interest rates faster than expected because of a pickup in wage growth. The House Intelligence Committee voting to release a Democratic memo rebutting accusations made in a Republican memo last week.
The committee voting unanimously to declassify the memo. Democrats say the 10-page memo will rebut the GOP memo released last week that claims surveillance abuses by the FBI and the Department of Justice. The final decision now lies with the president, who has 5 days to review it and decide whether to block its release.
That's Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines. Russian and Syrian government forces launching a new round of airstrikes, killing at least 19 civilians in a besieged area just outside of Damascus. That according to activists and a war monitoring group. Watching Wall Street this morning, Dow futures down 214 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Interested in trading as a way to generate extra monthly income? Listen up. Before you sign up for some garbage program or awkward in-person seminar, you really need to hear about the online trader program that everyone's talking about. This is the program that allows you to get your account funded with someone else's money. That's right. Apiary Fund will gladly put up to $100,000 of their money into your trading account. And the best part, you get to keep 85% of the profits without putting in a dime of your own money. Apiary Fund and this program are growing like crazy. As a special offer, Apiary Fund is allowing our listeners to get started for free. Just call 800-959-4526 and leave us your email address, and we will send you all the exciting details of how to trade Apiary Fund's money and not your own. Call 800-959-4526 and leave your email address on the voicemail. Your free report will be sent right away. 800-959-4526. That's 800-959-4526.
It's a death sentence for a man convicted of playing a role in the deadliest bombing ever in Somalia, an explosion that killed at least 500 people.
It's a rare case of a high-profile investigation leading to a suspect being convicted for an attack in Somalia. A 23-year-old man is to face death for his role in the October bombing. The prosecution had accused him of being a member of Al-Shabaab, specifically in charge of a unit that carried out bomb attacks. Another suspect, who's believed to be on the run, was sentenced in absentia to life in prison, while a third man was also found guilty and will serve 3 years.
That's a BBC's Tommy Olatipo. British police arresting 21 people in a series of raids against a suspected human trafficking network. It's accused of bringing hundreds of migrants across the English Channel. Officials say some 350 officers took part in the raids. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Tensions on the rise on Capitol Hill as the Senate awaits House action on the next spending bill.
The House acts first on spending bills, and right now the Republican leaders are preparing a bill that would pair a full year of defense spending to another short-term funding bill that would cover the rest of the federal government. Senate Democrats are warning the House could be creating a critical situation by pairing the two, saying boosting defense spending but leaving everything else at current funding levels is a non-starter. Minority Leader Charles Schumer says all programs are equally important, and since the Senate needs Democratic votes to pass the bill, the House plan may not fly. Linda Kenyon, Washington.
Mercedes-Benz issuing a preemptive apology to China's government after the car maker quoted the Dalai Lama in a social media post abroad. The Tibetan spiritual leader is reviled by Beijing. Wall Street, Dow futures down 185, NASDAQ futures off 20. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church would love to meet you. So come out on Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. for our Get to Know You gathering. Free hot dogs, chips, and beverages, and handcrafts for the children. It's Saturday, February 10th between noon and 2 p.m. at Shady Grove Free Will Baptist Church, located at 4367 Shady Grove Road. Hope to see you there. The Big 1400 WVWB Clarksville area weather, mostly cloudy with some rain late this afternoon. Expect a high today, maybe 43 degrees. Tonight, 33 for an overnight low with heavy rain. Could be some flooding in some of the areas, so be aware of that. And then for Wednesday, a couple of showers to start the day. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and cold. 37 for an expected high on Wednesday. Currently, we're at 34 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the city and the county moving along at the 8 a.m. hour here. The traffic in the city looking good. It is slow in a couple of spots this morning. Looks like 41A Fort Campbell's slow out on the north side, especially by the border. 101st Parkway, Tiny Town Road, Trenton Road, and Tylertown Road, all busy at the moment. Rossview Road, out by the interstate, very busy. The MLK 76 connector, not bad at the moment. And 41A out in Sango, looking good. And 48 and 13, if you're coming into the city from the county, it is slow in just a couple of spots this morning. Now, if you are headed to Nashville, I'm looking at the interstate all the way into Nashville. It looks good this morning. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the Nashville area traffic.
Good morning. As they finish a wreck in Germantown at 7th and Monroe Street, 5500 block of OHB. In Hermitage, watch for a crash. A wreck over in Bordeaux this morning. It's got the intersection tied up at Buena Vista at Clarksville Pike. Still a lot of traffic out here where you would expect. 65 south at Trinity Lane, 40 westbound here at Spence Lane. Half Price Foods has two locations, Lebanon, Dixon. They got food, household supplies, even pet food marked 50% off. Go by and see them today at Half Price Foods. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
That's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news this morning on 1400 WVWB. It is 8:11. It's Tuesday, and this is hour number 2 of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards, once again.
Good morning, John Michaels. It is hour number 2, and it is our Tuesday with the mayor time here on the Big 1400, and we're going to be talking with Mayor Kim McMillan here in the second hour. And we've got some questions. We're going to find out what's going on in the city. And, of course, what else we got going on? We got any Super Bowl news?
No.
Okay.
None.
Okay.
All gone.
The Big 1400. We'll be back.
Any kind of music. I love
1400 WVWB, Chuck and John's Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. It's 34 degrees in downtown Clarksville, maybe 43 for an expected high, and rain in the forecast for our area. It is Tuesday with the mayor, and we have City Mayor Kim McMillan. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
So I'm not going to try to read, and we're done with Super Bowl, right, John? Are we done with Super Bowl?
You
So
said we were about.
I'm not going to try to read anything into what the mayor is wearing. This
About an
green
hour
that
ago.
she has on, it's not just any green. It's a Philadelphia Eagles green. I mean, that's what their uniforms look like, and it's got the black trim. Those of you watching on YouTube, you can get a good shot of Mayor McMillan. But anyway, did you watch the Super Bowl?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was a great game.
Yeah. Did you have a party?
No.
Oh, you did?
No.
Just
Just me. Just me.
You don't make anything? Do you know, are you a cook? Do you
Well,
like cooking?
You know, I like to cook, but I don't have a lot of time. I can tell you this, Larry, my husband, is an excellent cook, and so he likes to cook, and he always says there's only room for one cook in the kitchen, so I let him have at it.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
That gives you an easy out. Hey, I know there's only room for one. You the one.
That's right.
You the one. Anyway, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming. Things going well?
They are.
Good. First of all, let's talk about the sports complex. We're rolling along with that.
We are. We're in the final stages of negotiation to actually get the acquisition of all of the 400 acres complete, and that's what we're doing right now, and we expect to have that done relatively quickly.
Okay. And so relatively quickly, then it will go to the consultants.
Correct.
Is that correct?
We have a number of consultants, some that have been on board for an extended period of time, and now once we get the land, it'll be up to them to work with all of us to start the planning process of making sure that we're able to get the complex moving in the right direction.
Yeah. When did you decide that you wanted to be mayor, or you wanted to get into politics? Because we've known each other a long time.
That's right.
And I know your history. I know you from East Tennessee, and then you came here and law school and everything. But when did you decide that you wanted to, maybe get into politics?
Well,
because it's not easy.
No, it's not.
And I'm going to say this. I know it's 2018.
I
It's
know.
not easy for a woman in
You're
politics.
absolutely
Now,
right.
doors are being opened.
You're right.
And that's a good thing. But when did you decide?
Well, I can say I always had an interest in public service since I was very little. My parents were very active in the political arena. Neither of them ran for office, but they were always very supportive of a public service career. So I went out, I practiced law, but I have to tell you, it all started, I went to the General Assembly one day and went up to the gallery and looked out over the 99 members of the House of Representatives and thought to myself that nobody there looked like me. You didn't have any women, you didn't have any African Americans, you didn't have any young people. And I thought, this is a representative democracy. People serving in the General Assembly are making the laws. They should look like all of us.
They were instead of the quintessential good old boys.
Well, I just felt like maybe it was time to make a difference. And, you can't complain about it. If you want to make a difference, if you want to see something change, you have to get in there and have a seat at the table. And so I knew that it would be up to me to see if I could make that difference. And so I ran for office, and I was lucky enough to be successful and get elected, and that was in 1994. And so I've been at it ever since.
Any regrets?
No regrets.
Yeah. So you kind of sort of had to put your law practice on hold.
Well, when I was in the General Assembly, it's technically a part-time legislature, so I practiced law throughout the time that I served in the General Assembly. But once I went into Governor Bredesen's administration and then became mayor, those are both full-time jobs, and so you can't practice law and do that at the same time. But I still retain my law license and still hopefully use the fact that I do have a law degree in my everyday business dealings.
Mayor Kim McMillan's our guest here, and we're going to talk about some things that are going on Black History Month, and the big deal was the addition of the Senior Citizens Center. But we'll talk about that after we take a break. It's time now for a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Fox's Barbecue on the Big 1400.
Sports Now Update is presented by Fox's Barbecue. They're serving slow-smoked premium meats at 521 Heritage Point Drive.
The television ratings are officially in for Super Bowl 52, and it goes down as the least watched world title game since 2006 in the greater Nashville area. According to programming and research analysis done by WTVF Channel 5's Mark Benda, the Philadelphia Eagles' 41-33 upset win over the New England Patriots Sunday night garnered just over 450,000 viewers in the heart of Middle Tennessee, coming in at 12% lower than last year's local Super Bowl viewership number, and continuing a seasons-long trend of growing disinterest in the National Football League. Now to college basketball, where the Austin Peay State University Governors' success on their home floor seems to be piquing local interest. The Ohio Valley Conference released league-wide attendance numbers this morning, and the Governors, having lost only 2 of their 13 home games, are drawing the second-largest average crowd in the OVC at just over 3,100 fans per game. That number puts the Govs just behind rival Murray State, whose home attendance average is 3,300. Fortunately for fans looking to jump on the Austin Peay basketball bandwagon, there are 3 home dates left: February 15th against Tennessee Tech, February 17th versus Jacksonville State, and February the 24th against the Racers of Murray State. And lastly today, we take you to the National Hockey League, where last night our Nashville Predators kept us all on the edge of our seats. The Preds trailed 4-3 late in the third period on the road against the New York Islanders before star center Ryan Johansson netted a game-tying goal with only 42 seconds remaining in regulation. Nashville went on to win the game 5-4 in overtime, courtesy of a game-winning goal scored by team captain Roman Josi. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Voted the #1 veteran-owned barbecue restaurant in America, Fox's Barbecue is proud to serve the greater Clarksville community. They host the weekly Blues and Barbecue concert every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. Whether you're hungry for chicken, ribs, pulled pork, or brisket, Fox's Barbecue is the right choice. They offer all-you-can-eat selections every Wednesday and Thursday night, as well as catering and delivery. Call them to cater your next event at 931-896-2678. Or better yet, go see them at 521 Heritage Point Drive, just off from Tiny Town Road.
The Big 1400, WVWB with Chuck and John. We've got another Sports Now update coming your way next hour, 9:20, brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville. But during this hour, we still have some business with Mayor Kim McMillan. It is Tuesday with the mayor, and Mayor McMillan has decided to join us today, and we appreciate that. So first of all, Black History Month is February's Black History Month, and that
correct.
starts
We've
Thursday.
already started it. We
Yeah.
kicked it off on the 1st. They had an opening ceremony, and I attended it and read the proclamation to acknowledge that we are celebrating Black History Month in Clarksville, and we're really proud as a city. We have 2 very special events that we're sponsoring. I know there will be other events that the Black History Month committee may be sponsoring, but we have a very great speaker, Charles Alexander. He was part of the Charlottesville 12 that actually integrated Charlottesville's public schools back in the 50s, and he's going to be coming and going to be giving a speech at the Wilma Rudolph Event Center on February 13th. So it's free and open to the public, and I would urge everyone to come out and hear him. Then we're going to have another event on February 17th at Fort Defiance to look at the history of the colored troops that were present in Clarksville and in Tennessee, and I think that's going to be a great program. So we really urge everybody to come out and experience the history of Black History Month here in Clarksville, Tennessee.
Isn't that kind of cool that Mr. Alexander's coming, but at Fort Defiance, that we have history right here in our lap.
Absolutely,
where the colored troops, as they were called, were part of the Army and helped build up Fort Defiance and
made such a substantial contribution.
Yeah, what is and my history fails me. but historically, there are so many buried out there. Is that right? African Americans that are buried at Fort Defiance. Is that
yes,
right?
there are some. There are some cemeteries out there, and so I mean, I think it's just at Mount Olive. We have a cemetery here, Mount Olive, and so that's where many of the African American soldiers are buried. But that'll all be something that we'll talk about at the Fort Defiance program. So, I mean, these are just wonderful ways that we as a city have to reflect and thank all of those in our past who have helped us become such a great nation.
And this is all free?
It's all free.
What time does it start at the Wilma Rudolph Center?
I believe it's at 5 o'clock.
Okay. And that's with Mr. Alexander. And Fort Defiance is what time? On the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day.
Yes, and I'm not sure. I think that's in the afternoon. We can find out. I can tell you if you go to the city's website, you can find all of that information, and it's actually at 1 p.m. So it's at 1 o'clock that afternoon at Fort Defiance, and then at 5 o'clock at the Wilma Rudolph Center. And I will also say that Mr. Alexander has graciously agreed to also go to the Burt Cobb Recreation Center in the afternoon on the 13th at 3 o'clock and present a program on bullying that he will present to any young people that want to come. So it's a great opportunity to have someone as distinguished as Mr. Alexander come and talk to us.
Okay. Mary Kim McMillan's our guest here on the Big 1400. Tell us now, I did not know that work was going on at the Senior Citizen Center.
I am so excited
I saw it on
about
the news, and it looks great. Well,
because we're seniors, Chuck, so we need to be over there and be experiencing it.
And,
I'm telling you, it is wonderful. It's a $2.5 million renovation and addition to the Senior Center. And I can tell you, everybody is so excited. When we went over there to cut the ribbon the other day, I mean, it was a room full of excited seniors, me included. I mean, I'm a member of the AARP, so I'm right there with everybody else. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity to really tell all parts of our community, including our seniors, that we think that they are important. We think that they deserve to have a facility where they can have all the opportunities to enjoy life. And I'm proud of the city that we were able to do this, and I'm proud of all of the seniors, and I'm proud of everyone at the Senior Center. It's a great opportunity. Everyone needs to go and look.
Oh, now, was this made available, the funds were strictly from the city?
Strictly from the city, and that's because the Senior Center is owned by the city of Clarksville. We own the building, so any additions, modifications, changes have to come from the city. So the city council passed in the budget a couple of years ago the funds necessary to make this change, and it's taken us a little while to make sure that we get it done, but thanks to the help of a lot of good people, we've added 17,000 square feet onto this addition. It's really exciting what they've been able to do.
A lot of people might not realize how active the Ajax Turner Senior Citizen Center is. I mean, active by its use and participation.
Exactly. I mean, I even got to play some pool when I was over there, and I tell you what, I think everybody better watch out. I might go over there and take some people on now.
Yeah. If you think you're going to take some people on, they got some ringers over there.
I know they do. I know they do.
Yeah, and the lunches are pretty good. Especially on Friday. That's when
Exactly, and we're continuing on with the renovations. We're going to make some more renovations to the kitchen area and to some other parts of the center. So we're not stopping at what we're doing to make the Senior Center as good as it can be. And they have a new slogan now. It's 50 plus. We don't call it the Senior Center anymore. We call it the 50 plus because we want to make sure that everybody realizes we all can be a part of it.
You hear that? 50
That's
plus.
Right. 50 plus.
50 plus, right?
Well, that was about 10 years ago for me, but I'll still go.
Oh, okay. Good, good. the Ajax Turner Senior Citizen Center. Okay, I know you have to leave, but before you go, I want to touch base. Parks and Rec is trying to enhance or build up our bicycling and
Exactly. We are really trying to put some emphasis on both the walkability of our city and also the bike riding. We have a program with our B-cycles. It's become extremely popular. You've seen the stations all across the city where you can go and rent a bike and then ride it around. I mean, you would think that at first we wondered, well, will people really do it? But I'm telling you, those bikes are getting a good workout. We have a full-time person now at our Parks and Recreation Department whose responsibility it is to take care of all those bicycles. So we're forming a bike advocacy group. Volunteers, we're bringing them together to figure out ways that we can continue to enhance our city by using bike lanes, by figuring out ways and things that we can do as a city to help encourage people to get out and get some exercise, ride a bike, take a walk, do those kind of things instead of being sedentary, because it actually benefits everyone if we're all healthy.
Yeah. You think about walking and cycling and how easy it is, and especially how affordable it is with the bikes that we have stationed around strategically.
Exactly. And we have a great club here in Clarksville, the Clarksville Bike Club, and they are they're really helping us, and they're going to be part of this, and they are just urging everyone to come out. Actually, the first meeting is going to be 6 o'clock on February 20th at the Freedom Point Center to discuss what we can do to really kick this off and get it off the ground and make sure that everybody has the opportunity to ride a bike. That's right.
Of course, I don't necessarily think about riding a bike in this weather.
I think you look great, Chuck.
I love riding a bike, but I'm talking about it's just too cold because I bundle up and they go, look at that. Look at the Marshmallow Man riding a bicycle, because I bundle up and, I think about the springtime.
I know, but see, you better get started now to practice. So when it's spring and you don't have to be the Marshmallow Man, you'll be ready to go.
We'll be ready to go. Mayor Kim McMillan here on Tuesday with the mayor. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, and I hate to sneak out, but I've got a department head meeting, but I'm leaving it in good hands. Richard Stevens, I know, will take over and talk about all of the rest of the wonderful things that are going on in Clarksville. This show's not long enough for us to tell you all of the great things that are happening in the city of Clarksville.
We could probably roll.
That's right. But I'm going to let Richard take over and kind of clue you in as to everything else that's happening.
All right. Thank you, Mayor McMillan. Look forward to seeing you later on this month. Okay. Thank you. Richard Stevens is here, and, of course, he can tell us everything. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
2018. And in the state of Tennessee, citizens have found a new instant game that delivers incredible amounts of fun.
Wow, loaded with $100 prizes.
Exclusive, exciting, here for a limited time only, and starring your best odds ever to win $100 or more.
This game is awesome.
This February, get ready for one of the biggest blockbusters ever with the limited edition instant game. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Honey, I wanted to make this Valentine's Day memorable.
Aww.
Lobster, smooth jazz, jumbo bucks, and chocolate-covered strawberries.
Wait, what?
Strawberries?
No, before that.
My smooth jazz playlist is called Let's Get Sexual.
No, after that.
Oh, jumbo bucks instant games from the Tennessee Lottery?
Yeah.
Well, you can't win 75 grand from jewelry.
I could win 75 grand?
If you're lucky.
Oh, baby.
Make this Valentine's Day one to remember with Valentine's Day Jumbo Bucks, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru Giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Cooking for large groups is exhausting, and it saps the fun out of hosting parties and events. Let your friends at the Lunchbox do the cooking next time with carry-out catering for small family gatherings up to large company outings. Whether you want barbecue and sides, hot dogs and chips, or homemade chili, the Lunchbox has the food for your next party covered. Call them today at 931-802-8227. Or better yet, go sample their extensive menu at 2124 Woodlawn Road. Fresh ingredients become delicious homemade meals at the Lunchbox, Clarksville's new favorite eatery.
For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely 0 breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. animalguesthouse.com.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville, Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
The Big 1400 WVWB. It is 8:36 on this Tuesday. 34 degrees right now in downtown Clarksville, expecting a high around 43. Tonight, heavy rain and thunderstorms. There could be some flooding in some of the low-lying areas. 33 for an overnight low. And as we move into Wednesday, temperatures won't get out of the 30s. Maybe the mid-30s or so. We've got some light rain in the forecast for early Tuesday morning. So we could see a wintry mix as we get started tomorrow. Right now we're at 34 degrees. Richard Stevens is here from the mayor's office. How you doing?
I'm very good, thanks.
Good. You had a good week?
I have. It's always good to be here with you guys.
Yeah, and you were Super Bowl. You were for the Patriots.
No, I was for the Eagles, and I'm glad they won. However, you got to tip your hat to the legacy that the Patriots have cast.
Yeah.
But they can't win them all.
They can't.
So,
but their fans expect them to. Fans are, fanatical fans can think that it's like if Alabama doesn't blow somebody out, or if Kentucky doesn't beat somebody by 30 points, they haven't.
Well, that's why the man bites dog story is always, a favorite. Upset. Philadelphia. I mean, coming in with a backup quarterback who really performed splendidly.
He did.
They had a lot. Their all-pro tackle was sidelined, and they just kept rolling with the punches. And the way the coach Peterson just stayed very aggressive. He went on 4th down, I think 3 times, and just kept his foot on the gas. And that's what you got to do to beat the Patriots. So I thought that was just a very interesting football game.
Yeah, he's always been a gambler, Coach Peterson, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it made for an exciting game. I mean, I've slept through a lot of bad football.
I went to the movies. I got up and went to the movies on Sunday at halftime. After the shrimp was gone, I'm done. But anyway, I'm glad you got a chance to watch the Super Bowl. Your transition was in print, was in newspaper. And what you're doing. And one of the things that's a tough business, newspaper is right now, isn't it?
Well, it is. I had a wonderful 35-year career in news. In the late stages of it, after the digital sort of disruption, we called it, where the business model of ink on paper, where you sold
hard copies,
sold ink on paper advertising. That was the business model. That's how. And then you distributed that and sold those papers, and that supported the news gathering. And I got to Clarksville in 1999, and from 99 until about 2007, it was a wonderful business. Then the digital revolution was, it wasn't just locally, but across the world, really. The advertising model is much different of how you support the journalistic mission with advertising revenues in digital. The competition's much different. And so, there's been a revolution in how people get their news, how people shop, how people bank.
Exactly.
And so when I got to the top rung of the ladder, everything was changing, and it was very challenging toward the end. And I retired after a very compelling career in media after 35 years, was in November of 2015.
Mm-hmm. Richard, the idea of I guess, in 2007, you said, is it, basically you all were seeing the handwriting on the wall as to where it was going.
Well, we knew digital was an amazingly powerful influence. When people could access the Library of Congress and the equivalent on their smartphone, it became a pretty effective tool to communicate with. And the transition was pretty painful of how do you continue to sustain a business model, and the newspaper industry had become increasingly dependent on advertising revenues as opposed to circulation revenues. Mm-hmm. So people weren't really used to paying for content at a commensurate rate of what it cost to produce it. It was subsidized by the advertising incomes.
Right.
And so the business model wasn't very resilient when this disruptive force hit. And so that's really what created the change, and not just for the local newspaper, but for newspapers all across America. It's just a whole different ballgame. It's really hard to make a lot of revenue on a 3-inch smartphone screen. You have to have other strategies where that message that you can deliver via a phone can then turn into websites and offers and stuff like that. And it took a long time for the newspaper industry, which still had the legacy costs of printing and delivering and a big workforce and a lot of legacy costs, pensions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So digital-only competitors were much more nimble, and so they were more effective in making that digital transition. And so, there's been a shakeout. Facebook and Google now make all the money, but they don't spend any money on producing any information. And so the publishing industry, what was the newspaper industry, is in a pretty much constant battle to figure out how to get their news distributed using these new platforms like, primarily Facebook, Twitter, and things like that. And those people control a lot of the money, but they're not pushing back much of that revenue to the creators of the content. Yeah. So it remains a very challenging environment.
I equate the newspaper with the landline phone. They're both just a lot of people don't have landlines anymore.
Right. I mean, there's been a tremendous disruption in the way the phone companies do business.
Yeah. So they got TV, direct TV.
Broadcast and cable TV now are being very challenged by digital delivery, Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah.
And on-demand kind of things where, the old, in September you got a whole new list of shows to watch, and then it all unfolded, and then you start seeing reruns the following May, and you did it all over again, and you were sort of a captive to those 3 channels. Well, those days are long, long gone.
Long gone.
And, look, think about the way you shop. A lot of people never go to stores now.
Yeah.
So there's a major challenge for bricks and mortar retail. And they have to figure out how to use digital, but still be relevant and have a relevant shopping experience and get people in the store. You see people in stores all the time now looking up everything on their smartphone, looking for a better price.
Right.
And so now I had an experience recently. I went to Home Depot and I looked at some ceiling fans. When I got home, and I never looked them up when I was there, but when I got home, I clicked on my phone and the fan that I'd been looking at popped into my phone. So somehow a tag I was located or something. Right. And, then I got an offer to buy that fan that I stood there and stared at in the store. So that's pretty clever marketing, and that's
scary.
It is kind of Big Brother-ish, isn't it?
It is.
But,
it is.
You know, that's how much the world has
Rockwell-
changed in about a decade.
Yeah, Orwell. Yeah, it is crazy.
But look at the way you bank. You do that totally different now. You shop in totally different ways.
What's the check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I call it digital disruption, but, it changed the business models for all kinds of businesses, including the one that was near and dear to me. But, the bottom line is journalism is still very important. And I still feel like, as communications director for the city, I'm still involved in communications and news and information in the public interest. I'm delivering a message about the city, what it does. I'm kind of a brand manager for the city. And actually, I didn't know how the transition to the sort of the other side of the equation would be. I used to ask all the questions. Now I'm answering the questions. But a lot of what I do is just share with our tax-paying citizens the things the city does with their tax dollars to benefit them.
Where your money goes.
Right. I mean, and I look at it differently because it's a much richer environment than you saw from the outside looking in. Mm-hmm. When you're on the outside looking in, you were looking for problems, you were looking for trouble, you were looking for scandal, you were looking for, and you weren't all that interested, perhaps, in some of the good news. Now, we had. I was always, I think, a generous editor and tried to share with the community a lot of the good stuff going on. But now you look at it and you see the street worker who's out there in the cold, in the middle of the night, pushing snow, and that's a really hard job, and he's going above and beyond. The other day I wrote a little story about an employee who got an employee service award for 45 years on the job. And his name was Mike McWhirter, and he works for Gas and Water. And he told me I said, well, tell me about one of the more exciting days you ever had on the job. He goes, well, it was the first day. He was 18, he just graduated from Northwest High, and he was finally, got a good full-time job with the city, and he was on his way to work that Monday, and he ran out of gas. And so he had to sprint to get there on time from, like, Kraft and Riverside all the way to Public Square. And, he was so worried, but everything worked out, and 45 years later, he's risen up the ranks and is a very valued employee. So telling that story was fun, and sharing that. And that's really, there's like, I think about 1,250 full-time employees at the city, and I work with a lot of really talented people who are working hard to serve their customers who are the tax-paying citizens. So
a lot of them like their jobs.
They like their jobs. A lot of them are really good at it. I mean, not everything is perfect. There's challenges, but it's really a large, dedicated workforce that's trying to make things good and better. Parks and Rec's a great example. I mean, they have multitudes of programs. They upkeep 30-plus facilities, historic sites like Fort Defiance, and they program all this amazing, swim class and basketball leagues, and it's just there's an engine of activity that is really interesting to look at, and that's what it's all about: delivering services for the people who are paying for them.
Yeah. Richard Stevens, thanks.
Thank you, Chuck.
That was easy.
Just start me up and let me run.
Let her run. Richard Stevens,
Thank you, guys.
Communications Director of the City of Clarksville. Thank you, and Kim McMillan, Mayor McMillan, for coming to join us here on the Big 1400. 1400 WVWB. It is the Tuesday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Our weather, cloudy today. A little rain this afternoon. It'll start this afternoon. Expect a high today around 43. We may struggle to reach that 43. Rain heavy at times tonight. Overnight low around 33, and even a couple of showers to start Wednesday off. In the morning, expect a high tomorrow of 37. So that means we could see a wintry mix of precipitation to start the day on Wednesday. Thursday, lots of sunny skies, but chilly. Mid-40s for an expected high. Currently, we're at 34 degrees in downtown Clarksville, where the Clarksville Academy Cougars are in the quarterfinals. They'll be playing basketball today, the girls and the boys. The girls will play Donaldson Christian Academy today, tip at 5:50. Then the boys will play Hendersonville Christian at 7:30. Right here, it's all on the big 1400. So go Cougars.
I may struggle to get out of bed in the morning. If the temperature is going to struggle to get to a certain point, I may struggle as well.
But the temperature will struggle, but it'll make it. So you need to struggle and make it too, right?
You always have an answer.
Yeah.
You always have an answer. Every time I bring up something.
The good news.
Is it Super Bowl?
No, we're not going to do any Super Bowl. Okay. I'm done with, no, I'm not going to do the Super Bowl.
Oh, no. Here we go.
There's a 63-year-old guy. His name is Sam Cincinnati. He lives in Rome, Georgia, which is right outside of Chattanooga. He's been waiting for, south of Chattanooga. It's about 70 miles northwest of Atlanta, but it's closer to Chattanooga than Atlanta.
Yep.
But he's been waiting on a new kidney for about 6 years. Now, in the meantime, he has to do 4 hours a day of dialysis 3 times a week.
Nice.
And it completely zaps all his energy. His friends and family have been tested to see if they could donate, and none of them can. But luckily, he has a very persistent granddaughter named Maddie, who's been really involved in taking care of him. A while back, his doctors told her that she could not be a donor. It's not clear if they tested her or not. They just nixed the idea because they said she was too young. But she talked to them again after recently turning 18 and found out that she's a perfect match. They just decided, so now they're going to she's going to be able to save her grandfather's life. She surprised him with the news late last month. We don't know how he felt about her donating, but it sounds like he have a pretty hard time talking her out of it. She's going to miss a few weeks of her senior year to recover, but she doesn't care. She says she just wants her, quote, best bud back. They'll be meeting with doctors this week to set a date for the surgery, and they hope to do it in the next month. So
that's a good story.
Good news. Close to home.
It is.
Close to Rome, Georgia.
Gee.
Yeah.
Saved her granddaddy.
Saved her best bud, as she calls it. The big 1400 WVWB, Chuck and John. Thanks to Mayor McMillan and for coming in, and Richard Stevens for spending some time with us. Tomorrow is Governor Wednesday. Bill Persinger will be in the house.
Hello,
we
Governor.
thank you for sharing part of your Tuesday with us. Till tomorrow, be well, my friend. Bye-bye.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, And I know it's gonna be a lovely when the day that lies ahead of me seemed impossible to face. And when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Clarksville's original, the big 1400 WJZM.
a girl I know who makes me feel so good. And I wouldn't live without her, even if I could. I call her Valerie. Oh yeah, come on. She's the same little girl who used to hang around my door. But she sure looks different than the way she looked before. I call her you hop inside my car? I got pictures, got candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you, I need you, won't you got to have you shine. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Hollywood. But if you wanna stay just like you are, you know I think you really should. I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you, I need you, I want you, got to have you shine. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Oh, you know I do. Inside my car, I got pictures, candy, I'm a lovable man, and I can take you to the nearest star. I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you, I need you, I want you, I got to have you. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. And I'm your vehicle, baby. Great God in heaven, you know I love you.
Hey, are you stressed out about a receding hairline or tired of daily watching handfuls of hair float down the drain? Eliminate hair loss and grow brand new hair with the all-new Vermax Scalp Enrichment Shampoo and Hair Restoration Tonic. Over-the-counter shampoos are damaging your scalp and causing hair loss with harsh detergents. Vermax offers natural
WVWB, 1400 AM, Clarksville, Tennessee.
This Sports Now update is presented by Culver's of Clarksville. Go online to culvers.com for an update on their frozen custard flavor of the day.
The television ratings are officially in for Super Bowl 52, and it goes down as the least watched world title game since 2006 in the greater Nashville area. According to programming and research analysis done by WTVF Channel 5's Mark Benda, the Philadelphia Eagles' 41-33 upset win over the New England Patriots Sunday night garnered just over 450,000 viewers in the heart of Middle Tennessee, coming in at 12% lower than last year's local Super Bowl viewership number, and continuing a seasons-long trend of growing disinterest in the National Football League. Now to college basketball, where the Austin Peay State University Governors' success on their home floor seems to be piquing local interest. The Ohio Valley Conference released league-wide attendance numbers this morning, and the Governors, having lost only 2 of their 13 home games, are drawing the second-largest average crowd in the OVC at just over 3,100 fans per game. That number puts the Govs just behind rival Murray State, whose home attendance average is 3,300. Fortunately for fans looking to jump on the Austin Peay basketball bandwagon, there are 3 home dates left: February 15th against Tennessee Tech, February 17th versus Jacksonville State, and February the 24th against the Racers of Murray State. And lastly today, we take you to the National Hockey League, where last night our Nashville Predators kept us all on the edge of our seats. The Preds trailed 4-3 late in the third period on the road against the New York Islanders before star center Ryan Johansson netted a game-tying goal with only 42 seconds remaining in regulation. Nashville went on to win the game 5-4 in overtime, courtesy of a game-winning goal scored by team captain Roman Josi. From the WVWB Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Made to order, never frozen Midwest beef served on a toasted buttery bun is just the beginning at Culver's of Clarksville. The experience crescendos into fresh homemade custard that you can customize into delectable treats like sundaes, banana splits, or one of their signature concrete mixers. You'll be treated like family and fed like royalty at Culver's of Clarksville, near Exit 4 just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard at 140 Southampton Place. Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to Delicious.
Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. And watch how you play. They don't understand, and so we're running just as fast as we can. Holding on to one another then. Trying to get away into the night. And then you put your arms around me and we tumble to the ground. And then you say, I think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound. I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. I think we're alone now. The beating of our hearts is the only sound.
Ever lost or misplaced your debit card?
Now, before that happens, download the Card Valet mobile app.
With it, you can turn your F&M debit card on and off, establish when, where, and how it is used, and much more.
And best of all, it's free from F&M Bank.
Member FDIC.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by. Walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears. Just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Walk on by. Stop. Walk on by. Stop. Walk on by. I just can't get over losing you.
is 2018. And in the state of Tennessee, citizens have found a new instant game that delivers incredible amounts of fun.
Wow, loaded with $100 prizes.
Exclusive, exciting, here for a limited time only, and starring your best odds ever to win $100 or more.
This game is awesome.
This February, get ready for one of the biggest blockbusters ever with the limited edition instant game. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Just remember to play responsibly.
Honey, I wanted to make this Valentine's Day memorable.
Aww.
Lobster, smooth jazz, jumbo bucks, and chocolate-covered strawberries.
Wait, what?
Strawberries?
No, before that.
My smooth jazz playlist is called Let's Get Sexual.
No, after that.
Oh, jumbo bucks instant games from the Tennessee Lottery?
Yeah.
Well, you can't win 75 grand from jewelry.
I could win 75 grand?
If you're lucky.
Oh, baby.
Make this Valentine's Day one to remember with Valentine's Day Jumbo Bucks, only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru Giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee, the Wyatt Johnson Automotive family in Clarksville.
Treat your pets to a vacation of their own at the Animal Guest House. Whether you're looking for doggy daycare service or long-term boarding, Animal Guest House will love your most loyal companions as much as you do. They have almost 2 acres of fenced-in roaming space, offer grooming services, and proudly have absolutely 0 breed restrictions. Animal Guest House is located in Woodlawn at 1970 Chester Harris Road. Give them a call at 931-920-2719 or check them out online at animalguesthouse.com. Animalguesthouse.com.
When you want name brand furniture for less, Furniture Warehouse. Come on out where the deals are best.
Jack and Wanda here at Furniture Warehouse in Cumberland City, Tennessee. Tax season is here and Furniture Warehouse has just what you were looking for. Take advantage of our tax-free sale and save lots of money. It's the best time of year to treat yourself to that special piece of furniture you've been waiting for. Furniture Warehouse is conveniently located between Clarksville and Waverly and just a short drive from Dixon. Furniture Warehouse offers delivery, layaway, and financing. Check us out online at FurnitureWarehouseSales.com and like us on Facebook.
Furniture Warehouse Sales. Furniture Warehouse.
Is the temperature in your house lower than the outside temp? Then you need to call Action Air at 931-647-8525 or actionairclarksville.com. We have no overtime diagnostic fee from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So why are you sitting in the cold? Call Action Air at 931-647-8525. Let our experts get you back to your comfort zone.
When you need action, call Action Air. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. It's your car, it's your voice. Jackson's Body Shop, the best choice. Dents, dings, major body repair. A pre-loaner car, 'cause we really care. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Jackson's Body Shop downtown. Call 647-6989 or Jackson's.
When's the last time you ate somewhere that uses real ingredients and makes everything from scratch? If it's been too long, you should head over to the Lunchbox at 2124 Woodlawn Road. They're serving daily barbecue plates featuring everything from smoked chicken to baby back ribs. The Lunchbox menu also features the best hamburgers and all-beef hot dogs around, served on freshly baked homemade buns. Save room for dessert because they've got hand-dipped ice cream and milkshakes too at the Lunchbox, just off from Highway 79 at 2124 Woodlawn Road.
Best music first on 14 JZM. Every time I move, I lose. When I look, I'm in. Every time I turn around, I'm back in love. I get mixed emotions. It's the way my feelings flow. Excuse me, I'm only human. Sometimes I just don't know. Every time I move, I lose. When I look, I'm in. And every time I turn around, I'm back in love again. Back in love again. Back in love. When you put your arms around me, I feel so satisfied. I want to love you forever. I can't decide. Every time I move, I lose. When I look, I'm in. Every time I turn around, I'm back in love again. Back in love again. All right. Back in love again. To end. Every time I move, I lose. When I look, I'm in. Every time I turn around, back in love again. Right back in love again. See right. I'm back in love again. Right back in love again. All right. See right. I'm back in love again. I just don't believe it. Back in love again. I can't believe it. Every time I turn around, back in love again. I get so many mixed emotions. I'm back in love again. Every time I turn around, oh, my love Jones coming down. Back in love again. All right. Help me. Back in love again. Back in love again. I got so many mixed emotions. Yes, I do. Hear me. Now back in love again. Back in love again. I was once your lover, and now I'm just your friend. Yeah. Back in love, back in love again.
I did you wrong. My heart went out to play, and in the game I lost you. What a price to pay! I'm crying. Ooh, baby. made a few, but I'm only I still love you until that day is here. Ooh, I'm crying. Ooh,
In your time of loss, you need to know someone cares. Since 1916, Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home has been serving the Clarksville area with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's their goal to provide quality, compassionate services to you and your family during this very difficult time. Mike Parchman and his staff genuinely care and provide prearranged plans that accept insurance to help ease your pain in your time of grief. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. People who care. A name you can trust. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. Madison Street in Clarksville.
I can see there ain't no room for me. You're only holding out your heart and sympathy. If there's another man, then girl, I understand. Go on and take his hand, and don't you worry about me. I'll be blue come now. And it comes as no surprise to me. With another guy, well, here comes my baby. Here she comes now. Walking with a love that's so fine. Never to be mine, no matter how I try. You never walk alone. And you're forever talking on the phone. I try to call you names, but every time it comes out the same. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. And it comes as no surprise to me. With another guy, well, here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love that's so fine. Never to be mine, no matter how I try. Here comes my baby, here she comes now. And it comes as no surprise to me. With another guy, well, here comes my baby, here she comes now. Walking with a love that's so fine. I'm never to be mine, no matter how I try.
Well, it's Saturday night and I just got paid. All about my money, don't try to save. My heart say go, go. Have a time 'cause it's Saturday night. Now I'm feeling fine. I'm gonna rock it up. I'm gonna rip it up. I'm gonna shake it up. Gonna ball it up. I'm gonna rock it up. And ball tonight. Got me a date and I won't be late. Pick her up in my 88. Shack go down by the Union Hall. When the joints start jumping, I have a ball. I'm gonna rock it up. I'm gonna rip it up. I'm gonna shake it up. Gonna ball it up. I'm gonna rock it up. And ball tonight. Along about 10, I'll be flying high. Walk on out unto the sky. But I don't care if I spend my gold. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna be one happy soul. I'm gonna rock it up.
Jump up, get it. Hey, devil with the blue dress, devil with the blue dress on. Ooh, yeah, devil with the blue dress, devil with the blue dress on. Beep, beep, bye, bye, boom, boom, bum. Looking mighty